Okay, we are going to try this again. We're going to try it in a new format now because my last one was not doing a very good job. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up where we left off. And one more time, I'm going to draw these rhombi for you. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom out so that way you can see me here, is I'm going to create a shape with parallel lines. So I'm going to start by making a vertex. And the thing that's unique about a rhombus is that all four sides have to be equal. So when I create my shape, I'm going to start by creating an angle. And when I begin to create this, I'm going to make sure that I start with my sides being the same length. So I'm going to pick 4. Okay, so I've got the vertex there at 1/16, and I'm going to come over to 4. All right, now I'm going to come, and since it's a parallelogram, I'm going to tilt it a little bit, put 1/16 at the vertex, and I'm going to come up to 4. All right, now here's the cool part. I figured out how to make parallel lines because I wasn't getting my lines parallel. So what I'm going to do is this side is 4 inches, and so I know that I want this side to be 4 inches. So I'm going to come up here. And then where these two meet, whoops. There we go. Where these two meet is going to be my parallel line. So I'm going to come here to 1/16. I'm going to go up to 4. And then I go straight across. And now I have my rhombus. I'm going to go ahead and label my rhombus A, B, C, and D. I measured each side. So I know that this side is 4 inches and this side is 4 inches. These two are also parallel. Line CD is parallel to line BA. They are also congruent because they are the same length. This side is also 4 inches. Because these are all the same, they all get the same mark. Okay? And so if I just wrote 4 inches here and put that one line and drew those one lines there, you would know that all of those sides are 4 inches. They are all congruent. So when I look at the definition of a rhombus, it is a quadrilateral with all sides that have the same length. Check. Opposite sides are parallel. Check. And opposite angles are the same. Okay? Now, the thing with a rhombus is it can be just a parallelogram. It can be its own kind of shape, or it can belong to another club, and it can belong to the rectangle club. Okay, so the rectangle club has a special rule though. If you're a rhombus and you want to be in the rectangle club, you have to have some angles which are 90 degrees. Now, just by looking at this, we can tell that that is not going to be 90 degrees. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to measure these angles anyway because we can always use practice. So I've got the vertex pointing towards my belly button. All right. I'm going to put that line there in the middle on the vertex and line up that other side on 0. When I do that, it goes straight through right here, and I have a choice to make. Is this angle 70 degrees or is it 110 degrees? So I look, that's a big angle. So I'm going to use the big number, 170 degrees. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret that we haven't really talked about yet. Hopefully, you remember this from 4th grade. 2 angles on a straight line is called a straight angle. And so that straight angle has to add up to 180 degrees. So if this angle is 170, we're going to see what this angle is. Did I do that right? Put that on 0. No. Haha. My word. I combined these two. It was supposed to be 110 or it was supposed to be 70. Not 170. It's 110. Goodness. All right. I knew that I was wrong because these two angles should add up to 180 degrees. Now, I knew that this angle wasn't 10 degrees because that would be a tiny little angle. So I knew that I was wrong. All right, so I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to put this edge. I'm going to line it up on the 0. Make sure my vertex there. And I come up and I look. Sorry, got to get that in the middle. To see where my line is. And if you look, it goes right through the 70. Or the 110, which that's the 110. That's the big angle. So because this angle is 110, this angle has to be 70 because they have to add up to 180 degrees because they're on a straight line. Okay? That should be reviewed from 4th grade. Now, in our definition of a rhombus, we said that the opposite angles are the same. So I'm going to do a quick check. So the angle opposite A is angle C. So I'm going to come here to angle C. I'm going to put the vertex towards my belly button. All right, put that there. Line up that side on 0. And this angle should be, whoops, 110. And if you look, it is. It goes right through there, 110. So this angle would be 70 because if this angle is 110, it's on a straight line. This has to be 70. This is a straight line, so this has to be 70. So, do we have a parallelogram or do we have a rectangle? All right, this rhombus gets to hang out by himself in the rhombus category because he is not a rectangle. He is not cool enough to be a rectangle. He's a quadrilateral. He's a trapezoid. He's a parallelogram. He's a rhombus, but he is not a rectangle.